The retirement blueprint of the past 40 years is dead. Right now, over 6 million retirees are struggling just to make ends meet. More than a third of American retirees are being forced back to work, and nearly half of American seniors are relying on food stamps to survive. To comfortably retire today, you need to use a new blueprint. You need the blueprint for the safest way to set up multiple streams of guaranteed income for life. A way to make safe, predictable income every month without risky stock picking or low-yield bonds. And this godsend of a strategy couldn't have come at a better time, because for the first time in 50 years, we are at the doorstep of a dangerous market pit I call a retirement dead zone, RDZ. These traumatic economic events have forced millions of seniors into poverty. It's a phenomenon that shreds the value of your dollar by as much as 80%, turning basic purchases into back-breaking expenses and forcing droves of people into breadlines. But folks watching today have a chance to avoid this period of retirement devastation by tapping into 11 sources of guaranteed lifetime income. Anyone can start using them to instantly build the kind of retirement that gives you true freedom without taking on any of the usual risks of investing in individual stocks or bonds. I'm talking about a chance to collect multiple income checks every year, every quarter, even every month for life, without struggling to rebalance your portfolio or watching the markets like a hawk. You see, while I do oversee billions of dollars in retirement funds, I'm not your typical retirement advisor. I'd much rather be helping hardworking Americans secure their retirement than helping some multimillionaire buy a second yacht. So I've spent the past few decades personally securing the retirements of tens of thousands of everyday Americans like you. And after overseeing over $42 billion in retirement funds, I've come to one conclusion. The only safe and easy way to secure anyone's retirement for certain is to tap into a blueprint for multiple streams of guaranteed income. Income streams that pay you month after month, regardless of what happens with the stock market or the economy. So if guaranteed lifetime income sounds like something you want, and you don't want to see your nest egg lose 80% of its value, then pay close attention to this message, because I have put together a foolproof 3-step blueprint that will show you how to tap into 11 different streams of guaranteed income without risky stock picking or low-yield bonds, plus a handful of other secret retirement tips and tricks that will help you safeguard your nest egg for life. It's called the Guaranteed Income Blueprint, and I want to send it to you free today. This simple plan is the only way to guarantee reliable income for life, even during a retirement dead zone like we are facing today. And I can say that with complete confidence because after decades spent in the trenches, overseeing billions of dollars of retirement funds, I have personally scoured the records of financial history to handpick the very best income sources that have stood the test of time. Income sources that have produced solid income even in history's darkest hours. And I've packed them all into the retirement blueprint I call the Guaranteed Income Blueprint. My blueprint contains the most reliable, most predictable income sources that exist. I'm talking about income sources like the secret Roaring '20s stipend that saved one New Yorker during the Great Depression, paying him over $381,000 every year while all his colleagues were unemployed and desperate. Thanks to smart planning, one New Yorker breezed through the Great Depression, collecting $381,729 every year with just one Roaring '20s stipend that pays you no matter what. It's easy to set up, and once it's locked in, you never have to touch it again. Just collect your check every year, multiple times a year, or even every month, whatever you decide. You've paid into this system your entire life. Now use this .gov maneuver to increase your payout by thousands. Believe it or not, A certain income deduction we've all had to pay for all our working years was actually built to support us in retirement. Most folks don't know this, but there is a clever trick to increasing your payouts by as much as thousands of dollars just by asking for it in a specific .gov website. The homeowner's loophole that can turn your personal residence into an income-producing investment without tenants or roommates, netting you an extra $125,000 this year. Anyone who owns their home, even if it's not fully paid off, can use this income loophole. Homeowners in the know have been using this tax-free, guaranteed income maneuver to pay for their living expenses, their mortgages, even to buy a second vacation home. Hint, it's not a regular old tax write-off or renting it out. My blueprint offers you the most reliable, most predictable income sources that exist. In fact, many of these are guaranteed and can work for you no matter your personal situation. All you have to do is follow the steps outlined in the blueprint to tap into these easy income streams and enjoy money coming in every year, every quarter, even every month. As you'll see, these income streams have been tried and tested, even through the Great Depression, and deliver guaranteed income no matter the economic conditions. And there is simply nothing on earth more important during a retirement dead zone than having reliable income. Because when an RDZ strikes, the impacts can be felt for years. The first retirement dead zone that America faced lasted a full decade. The devastation began on October 28, 1929, when the stock market suffered a major collapse, dropping over 12% in a single day. Inflation soared, peaking at 5.6%. In an attempt to tame inflation, the Fed hiked interest rates to 5%, slowing the flow of money throughout the economy. And soon, over 12 million people, 24.9% of America's entire workforce, found themselves jobless and hungry, standing in bread lines just to survive. This marked the start of what is now known as the Great Depression. Retirees' savings vanished practically overnight. The lucky ones had wealthy relatives to provide for them. Others were left to starve alone. There were so many accounts of people starving in the United States that even Africa sent money to offer U.S. relief. The devastation was so deep it took 30 years for the markets to recover. The 1970s marked another devastating retirement dead zone in our nation's history. Just like with the first RDZ, there was a financial crisis. Only this time it was accompanied by an oil embargo from Saudi Arabia. Oil prices jumped to over $33 a barrel. The cost of living grew more unaffordable as inflation soared to nearly 7%. And over 4.4 million Americans were left unemployed. Then it unfolded as it always does. The rampant inflation destroyed retirees' savings. Every $1,000 saved quickly dwindled to only $160 of actual buying power, leaving many in ruin and struggling for the rest of their lives. During a retirement dead zone, when your nest egg can shrink by over 80%, even the safest stocks offer no sanctuary. After the RDZ of the 1970s, it took the S&P 500 24 years to reach a break-even point, after adjusting for the rampant inflation. In short, retirement dead zones, like in the Great Depression and the 1970s, are absolutely terminal to the well-being of retirees across America. And today we are facing the exact same market threats, but on a far, far more threatening scale. In my decades of overseeing billion-dollar retirement funds, I have never seen a setup as devastating to the American retiree as we face today. Inflation has climbed as high as 9.1%. Interest rates on small business loans have skyrocketed, with even the largest lenders like American Express charging up to 28%. Sound familiar? We're facing a 3x worse market collapse, double the inflation, soaring interest rates, just like the first RDZ. And now we are witnessing a new, more disturbing fallout. Over 11 million people in America are unemployed, with massive layoffs still being announced every couple of weeks. Yesterday's breadlines are today's tent cities, thousands of beggars lining the streets, a food system on the brink of collapse as millions line up for food stamps just to survive. Which is why I believe that the retirement dead zone we are facing today will mark the 2020s as the harshest environment for retirees we have ever seen. If you don't work to secure your retirement, this brand new retirement dead zone will do to you what other RDZs have done to so many people in the past. Millions more will be forced into poverty, back into the workforce, or even out of their homes. You need to tap into guaranteed sources of dependable income, and you need to do it now. There is simply no better way to protect yourself during this retirement dead zone. Who am I to make such bold claims? I am considered by many to be America's #1 retirement expert. My name is Bob Carlson. I'm a graduate of the University of Virginia School of Law. I have a degree in finance, a master's in accounting, and passed the CPA exam. I'm also the author of several best-selling books on retirement, including The New Rules of Retirement, Retirement Watch, The Essential Guide to Retiring in the 2020s, Where's My Money? Secrets to Getting the Most Out of Your Social Security, and co-author of Personal Finance After 50 for Dummies. I've spent the past 30 plus years personally securing the retirements of tens of thousands of hardworking Americans. Since 1995, I've been the chairman of the board of trustees of the Fairfax County Employees Retirement System, which I helped grow from $600 million to over $5 billion in assets. From 2019 to 2021, our fund actually increased by over $1 billion. So during the 2020 COVID-19 crash, while most folks were panicking, the retirees of my system could sleep soundly. This is why I've been trusted to oversee a total of over $42 billion in retirement assets during my career, and why I've been named America's #1 retirement income expert. There's simply no one else with the experience, education, and independence to guide folks through every aspect of retirement like I can. Along the way, I've had many offers from high-profile financial institutions and politicians. But what I love most about the work I do is how it allows me to be completely independent of any outside agendas. I serve no master or overlord, so I can strictly deliver the most concise and lucrative retirement secrets on the planet straight to my dedicated followers. I don't have to deal with millionaire temper tantrums, political bribes, or a quota of stocks to be sold. I can quietly do my work undisturbed, delivering income streams to regular folks that consistently earn them a reliable income every year, multiple times a year, even every month. And I love hearing about how others have secured independent, worry-free lives using these retirement income secrets, paying off their homes, spending quality time with their grandchildren, and even having enough money to leave a lasting legacy for their families or favorite charities. But unfortunately, most regular folks still struggle to secure safe retirement income streams. They feel locked out of the best opportunities, and it's not their fault. Most of the best income plays are not advertised or obvious to Main Street retirees. But after 30 years in tax law, estate planning, accounting, and retirement finance, I've unearthed just about every secret, trick, and income maneuver you could imagine. And over that time, I have seen clearly that the retirement blueprint of the past 40 years simply doesn't work for regular Joes anymore. That plan was simple: invest heavily in stocks and bonds. The 60-40 portfolio is what it's normally called. In theory, that plan works in a perfect market, but we are not in a perfect market. We are now in the same dire situation as we were a few decades ago. The broader market dropped 20% in a single year. The bond market had the worst year it has seen since the 1949 financial crisis. And with today's economics, retirement dead zone economics, Someone who retired in 1966 using the old blueprint would have run out of money before the great bull market in 1982. Imagine doing everything right, doing exactly what you were told, and then losing your entire retirement portfolio before you turn 75. You'd have to rely on your loved ones just for daily expenses. You'd see how their sacrifice to help you with your medical bills would drain your kids' and grandkids' savings. And then, just as your family reached their last dime and your legacy dwindled to nothing, you watched everyone else get rich as the market soared right after. What a fate. This was the reality of many Americans in our history. That's the kind of devastation a retirement dead zone brings. I believe the RDZ of the 2020s will be some of the hardest years American retirees will ever face, which is why it's so important to arm yourself with the guaranteed income blueprint and tap into these unique, predictable retirement secrets. While many will suffer, my blueprint reveals the income secrets to insulate you during this new retirement dead zone. My blueprint will show you exactly how to claim your rightful share of the $3.4 trillion in government benefits that most retirees abandon, overlook, or don't know about, and increase your lifetime income by up to $200,000. Why don't most Americans know about this? As many as 96% of Americans are unknowingly forfeiting millions of dollars every year. Now you can get your share of this money and claim up to $200,000 in one simple move. The government will never advertise this because it will show their incompetence. But this money is rightfully owed to you. You just need to claim it. Beat the tax man and add $43,500 to your bottom line with one mega backdoor tax line. Without an expensive accountant, most Americans will never even know about this trick. But one simple line in the tax code makes it possible for nearly anyone to take advantage of a mega backdoor and protect their wealth from Uncle Sam. Hit back at Big Pharma and use his medical refund to put hundreds back into your pocket every month. Unknown to most, a medical expense that most seniors shell out thousands for could actually be used to put up to $333 back into your pocket every month. I've not seen it posted on any government websites, but anyone can take advantage of this easy medical refund trick. To the delight of many of my followers, some of these secrets tap directly into the government's gross incompetence. Of course, the government would never admit to how poorly they handle taxpayer dollars. But these secrets can help you take back money that's rightfully yours, regardless of how badly the government handles it. It also helps shelter you from the government's poor management of our economy. Recently, oil reached double the price of its peak during the 1970s retirement dead zone. The government will claim our inflation rate peaked at only 9.1%, which is insane on its own. But if you look at the real rate of inflation without the government manipulation, it was at least 17%, maybe more. And it's still much higher than what they report. Why? Because important data, like anyone who bought a home in the past year, isn't even included in the official inflation data. But we have seen home prices soar across the country in the past few years. And once you realize that as recently as January 2021, inflation was reported at only 1.5%, today's 17% rate marks a 1,033% inflation spike in a couple of years. And I'm sorry to say things are only about to get worse. President Biden recently changed a policy put in place to protect American retirees like you. The policy required companies who invested your cash to put your financial well-being first, above all else. That is part of what is known as fiduciary duty, and it's been the law for a long time. But now Biden has changed the policy in the name of fighting climate change. The people investing your retirement funds are now allowed to consider new factors when deciding where to place your nest egg. Now businesses can include the economic effects of climate change and other ESG, environmental, social, and government considerations, meaning they can now use your retirement savings to fund green energy companies under the guise of being eco-friendly. Retirees will see their hard-earned dollars diminish as green energy funds fail to deliver promised returns. ICLN, the world's largest green energy ETF, was down at one point over 57% since its inception. The average 401k plummeted nearly 20% in only 3 months. While inflation is compounding those losses and cutting the purchasing power of your wealth more every day, high unemployment and rising interest rates are sending us straight toward a brand new, even more devastating retirement dead zone. And that's before we consider that the massive government debt that Congress piled on the United States balance sheet must be repaid somehow and will likely be sucked straight from your retirement savings. The Medicare trust fund you depend on is on the brink of insolvency and could collapse within the next 5 years. Social Security's trust fund is likely to run out of money in less than 10 years, potentially triggering automatic benefit cuts of 20% or more. And to pile on to all that, we're about to see more folks hit retirement age than ever in history, putting a massive squeeze on the goods and services you will need for retirement and driving prices higher than ever. I see it firsthand every day in the funds that I oversee. Every day, the government makes my job of ensuring my readers' independence and financial security harder and harder. That's why I'm offering my guaranteed income blueprint to regular Americans today. If you don't work to secure your retirement, this brand new retirement dead zone will do to you what past RDZs did to so many others. Stocks losing a fifth of their value in months, unemployment surging, the cost of basic necessities surging, and most folks having no clue how to survive. But the secrets inside my 3-step guaranteed income blueprint have the power to turn the momentum of a retirement dead zone and even turn it into an advantage. Here's 3 more secrets in my report. Number 1, the one inflation hedge that soared 2,100% higher than stocks during the 1970s retirement dead zone. This is how folks in the know turn the RDZ into an advantage. While high inflation and unemployment wreaked havoc on most folks, one investment soared 2,100% higher than the stock market. I'm not talking about oil, real estate, or even holding physical gold. All you need is $40 to tap into this massive supply of 875,000 pounds of the world's best inflation hedge investment. Number 2, use this hedge fund to make money consistently, even when the market crashes. No financial knowledge needed. Anyone can use this easy hedge fund to protect their portfolios just like top funds do, and actually profit when the markets turn downward. Forget risky options plays. This maneuver has the same advantages with a fraction of the risk. Number 3, turn the tables on the Fed by using rising interest rates to your advantage with this simple ladder technique. Skyrocketing interest rates hurt everything from mortgages to the stock market. Using this simple ladder technique, folks can now harness the power of those rising interest rates and use them to their own advantage. Don't be a victim of the government's mistakes and soaring interest rates. With these secrets in hand, folks will actually be able to turn the retirement dead zone into an opportunity to make extra guaranteed income, instead of seeing their retirement vanish before their eyes. After spending 30 years securing the retirements of thousands of Americans, I can tell you one thing: guaranteed lifetime income is the only way to 100% secure your retirement. I don't mean guaranteed like a paycheck every 2 weeks from going back to work, or having to start a business during retirement just to get by. I mean having multiple streams of passive income that flow no matter what's happening with the economy, the overall stock market, or the bond market. This is why Money.com calls income the top secret of wealthy retirees. In fact, a recent study by Vanguard found that guaranteed income streams make up nearly half of the cash flow that wealthy elites enjoy in their retirement. They aren't relying on savings accounts or life insurance policies, while folks who don't secure a stream of lifetime income risk being forced back to work, or worse, out of their homes, into poverty. Because the truth is that a lot of seniors are already suffering. As we speak, over 1.5 million seniors have been forced to go back to work. Pension funds are hemorrhaging billions of dollars. Nearly half of all seniors have to visit a food pantry or use food stamps just to eat. My job is to help protect these people and their financial security. And the old retirement blueprint will not offer any relief. Some of America's largest banks are warning that the broader market will continue to go nowhere for a decade or more. And I believe that very soon, unemployment will soar even higher, and inflation will make prices of even basic necessities exorbitant. We've already seen massive layoffs, leaving tens of thousands without work, and more being announced all the time. Meanwhile, prices for everything continue to climb. When was the last time you walked out of the grocery store without spending $100? But this is textbook. If you know how retirement dead zones function, you already know what is slated to happen. During previous RDZs, beef prices doubled, corn prices tripled, even basic grain prices quadrupled. And while the price of nearly every basic necessity soared, most traditional investments offered no sanctuary. Bond investors were losing money fast. A 10-year Treasury bond returned just 5.5%, nearly half the inflation rate. Stock market investors fared even worse, losing an average of half their money in the 1970s. Retirees who lived off their investment income watched their nest eggs crumble before their eyes, all while the price of nearly everything skyrocketed. It's all too predictable. It doesn't have to be that way for you, because if folks had the retirement secrets found inside my 3-step guaranteed income blueprint, they could have been protected, which is why I do what I do. When I first started researching and advising about retirement, it represented a time of well-deserved relaxation. But now it's becoming a worry and nightmare for far too many Americans. I want to help you avoid the tragedy of slaving away for decades, only to find yourself penniless in your golden years. The harsh truth is that too many of us have been sold a lie. We've been told that if we just work hard and save, we'll be able to retire comfortably. But without the guaranteed income blueprint, I'm afraid that won't happen for many. That's why I'm proud to rush you the guaranteed income blueprint for free as part of a special offer when you sign up for my premier retirement advisory, Retirement Watch. Retirement Watch is the only independent financial advisory on the planet that covers every financial aspect of retirement, whether it is investments, Social Security, Medicare, taxes, long-term care, estate planning, and more. With Retirement Watch, you get must-have, up-to-the-minute advice you won't find anywhere else. Each month, you'll receive an information-packed issue delivered straight to your inbox to help you stay financially secure during the coming retirement dead zone, along with weekly check-ins that keep you in the know so you never have to wonder about what to do with your nest egg. Plus, you'll unlock full access to the secrets found inside the 3-step guaranteed income blueprint. Secrets like use this old age insurance income stream and never run out of money, even if you live to be 100. A new income stream designed specifically for retirees could add up to $79,800 to your income and pay you monthly for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter how long you live or how many years you collect it. This risk-free income stream never runs out. Buy your dream vacation home using this easy Department of Labor exemption. It may sound too good to be true, but you could potentially fund your dream vacation home with one little-known exemption made possible by the Department of Labor. Instead of writing mortgage checks or paying interest to a bank, you could make payments to yourself. Here's the entire guaranteed income blueprint broken down for you step by step. Step number 1, build your foundation with guaranteed income for life. Building a foundation of never-ending income is your first step to attaining a worry-free retirement. That's why as soon as you accept my invitation to join Retirement Watch, I'll instantly send you a digital copy of my brand new report, The Essential Guide for Retiring in the 2020s. Inside, you'll find sources of guaranteed income you can use to establish lifetime financial security, plus receive steady lifetime income with inflation protection. One need of retirees is for guaranteed lifetime income that replaces old-style defined benefit plans. Another need is for that income to retain its purchasing power. There are several investments and strategies that can help accomplish these goals. I'll show you exactly what they are. Better ways to plan retirement spending. The traditional retirement plan projects spending to rise steadily each year in line with inflation. When retirement lasts 20 or 30 years or longer, a more realistic model of spending and scheduled withdrawals is needed. Over the years, I have found two models that accommodate real-life retirement spending and portfolio fluctuations. You'll learn all about them in my report. Maximize your cash flow while preserving retirement capital. The one strategy that I've recommended for some time and it has been adopted by others. You'll find out what it is in my report. Step 1 is the crux of your guaranteed income blueprint. But securing your financial foundation is just the beginning. The Guaranteed Income Blueprint is designed to help you build a fortress around your wealth. And as you've already seen, that's more important now than ever. The next decade is poised to be the worst ever for retirees and near retirees in America, which brings us to step 2 of the Guaranteed Income Blueprint. Fortify your retirement with bonus income streams through government loopholes. Now that we've secured your base level of financial freedom, the next step of the Guaranteed Income Blueprint is to ensure you have the flexibility to weather any storm, including the turmoil headed our way. That's why, in addition to the Essential Guide for Retiring in the 2020s, you'll also receive a free digital copy of my new book, The Retirement Dead Zone: How to Survive the Worst Decade for Retirees in American History. Inside this document, you'll discover a few extra little-known ways to skyrocket your retirement income even more and survive the next retirement dead zone by taking advantage of every retirement loophole available to you, including the late-in-life income boost. This innovation is only a few years old and guarantees you'll never run out of money as long as you live, even if you live to be 120 or older. No investing or guesswork is required. Simply set up this late-in-life income boost and feel the security of knowing you legally cannot run out of money. The one simple move that can add $50,000 to your retirement account without having to save any extra money. Get rid of your retirement fund's silent and deadliest killer in one fell swoop and add years of income back to your portfolio. Get a bonus income stream even if you're already getting Social Security. Don't worry if you've already started collecting your checks. Use this one little-known kicker and you'll dramatically increase your Social Security payouts and enjoy the comforts of even more monthly income. Spend more in retirement without saving more by using this backward portfolio. Sometimes income isn't just about creating more streams of income. It's about maximizing the streams you already have in smarter ways. Most Americans don't know about this backward portfolio trick, but you could use it to increase your spending money by a few thousand more every year without having to save a penny more. And that's on top of the other 11 great income-generating secrets I showed you earlier, like the hedge fund that can secure your portfolio as markets crash, the secret Roaring '20s stipend you can use to breeze through a recession, how to claim your rightful share of the $3.4 trillion in government benefits that most retirees don't know about, and much, much more. Step number 3, inflation-proof your nest egg. Armed with all the income-producing secrets you're receiving today, chances are you'll be flush with cash-generating ideas. But still, if you're like me, you want to make sure there are no surprises. Surprises like inflation rising to multi-decade highs over the past 2 years. Retirees are now feeling the pain of needing much more money to live the exact same life. That's why step number 3 of the Guaranteed Income Blueprint is all about removing any harm inflation can cause us. To do that, I'm also going to send you our free special report, How to Inflation-Proof Your Nest Egg. Inside, you'll discover a new, easy, and inexpensive way to shield your portfolio against the ravages of inflation, along with 2 types of assets virtually guaranteed to pay you more money every year forever. With this free special report in your hands, you'll be equipped to stop inflation from eating away at your hard-earned savings and feel at ease when you go to buy, well, whatever you want. Put it all together, and the entire Guaranteed Income Blueprint contains Step 1, the essential guide for retiring in the 2020s. Step 2, the retirement dead zone, how to survive the worst decade for retirees in American history. Step 3, how to inflation-proof your nest egg. And you can have it for free when you join Retirement Watch today. And in just a minute, you'll be able to secure guaranteed income for life, effortlessly stay ahead of the ever-changing landscape of retirement, take advantage of tons of income backdoors and loopholes, inflation-proof your nest egg, and build a lasting legacy, all from the comfort of your home. Here's what some of my subscribers have to say. Bob Carlson taught me the breadth and depth of what I don't know. That's why I recently renewed my subscription. Malcolm W.B. of Grahamsville, New York. I lost a lot of money by not paying attention to Bob. My financial advisor had me deep in the NASDAQ, so I finally fired him. I'm now paying much more attention. Johnny G. of Annapolis, Maryland. I can sleep at night and achieve what I want to achieve. Randall C. H., Federal Way, Washington. I wish I had followed your advice more closely. I would not have lost so much during the last 2.5 years. William G. of Greenwood, Indiana. I cannot stress enough the importance of implementing the Guaranteed Income Blueprint and staying ahead of the coming changes. This is too important for you to miss. It's too valuable for you to sit on the sidelines. Under normal circumstances, access to this level of research isn't cheap. But as I've been saying, I'm sick and tired of watching hardworking Americans miss opportunities to secure the retirement they desire. It seems every day I come into my office, I hear another shocking story of a working-class couple that now has to live with an unbelievable amount of stress and anxiety during their golden years, all the while knowing how easily that fate could have been avoided. I believe it is our duty as responsible citizens to fight for the fair treatment of our fellow Americans. We cannot stand idly by while they're taken advantage of and robbed of their financial security. That's why I want to make sure that everyone, literally everyone in America, has access to this information. so that you have everything you need to make smart and safe investments, even as this retirement dead zone worsens. Because when you realize you could use these secrets to collect reliable income every month and ensure your financial security for the rest of your life, price really doesn't matter. $5,000, $2,000, $1,000. What's $1,000 compared with a lifetime of income? Nothing. But don't worry, you won't pay anywhere near $1,000 for this information today. In fact, you won't even have to pay half that amount. You'll pay far less than $500 with the special offer I put together for you. The only reason I'm charging anything at all is so I can maintain my independence and cover the costs of sending out this vital information. That's why when you click the button below and enroll in my top-of-the-line Retirement Watch service, I'll hand over the entire Guaranteed Income Blueprint free of charge. Here's what you'll get: a 1-year subscription to Retirement Watch. Guaranteed Income Blueprint Step Number 1. The Essential Guide for Retiring in the 2020s. Guaranteed Income Blueprint Step Number 2, The Retirement Dead Zone, How to Survive the Worst Decade for Retirees in American History. Guaranteed Income Blueprint Step Number 3, How to Inflation-Proof Your Nest Egg. Access to Retirement Watch's 5 Easy Chair proprietary investment portfolios. 24/7 access to the Retirement Watch private website, members-only live conference calls, and much more. I've made it as easy and as inexpensive as possible to get this information. And to make this even more of a no-brainer, I'm giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If after you subscribe, you don't see a real opportunity to save your retirement with the income secrets I've given you, I don't want you to have to pay for it at all. That's right. If you are unhappy with the Guaranteed Income Blueprint for any reason at all, simply let us know during the next 30 days and you'll receive a full refund of every penny you paid. I would not feel right keeping your money if you don't immediately feel a new and profound sense of security when you see these income secrets. And to sweeten the pot even more, you can even keep my brand new book and both special reports free of charge. So if any part of you is not absolutely thrilled with your Guaranteed Income Blueprint, simply let us know, and we'll return all of your subscription fees. And you still get to keep everything you've received. It's my way of saying thanks for putting your trust in me as your retirement income expert. I don't know of another business anywhere that offers a better guarantee. But due to supply issues, we have only 500 blueprints available today. Once they're gone, which means you're now at a crossroads. On your left is the road you walk alone, a road where you spend enormous amounts of time researching the never-ending stream of updated laws. Risk joining the nearly half of middle-class Americans who face poverty in retirement and attempt to cobble together an entire team of advisors on your own who may or may not have over 30 years of experience as well as insider access as the chairman of a $5 billion retirement fund. On your right is the road that leads to a feeling of safety and security with an annual subscription to Retirement Watch and your Guaranteed Income Blueprint, a road that gives you everything you need in order to secure the retirement of your dreams and walks you step by step through every element of your golden years, from savings and investments to Social Security, Medicare, and taxes, as well as long-term care, estate planning, and more. When you think of it that way, the decision is easy. Take the right road. Simply try my work to see if it's for you. And if you don't agree it's the best retirement advice you've ever read anywhere, you can ask for and will promptly receive a full refund anytime during your first 30 days. To take full advantage of the Guaranteed Income Blueprint and to receive access to everything I've detailed here in a matter of minutes, simply click on the button right below this video. This will take you to a secure order form where you can review everything before submitting your order. Thank you for your time. I hope you take advantage of this opportunity. I truly believe it's going to change the lives of millions of forward-thinking Americans over the next few years. I hope you are one of them.